and welcome back to my cross-stitching channel. Today I am here for a regular Flosstube update for the month of January. So thank you to all of my new subscribers. My numbers shot up much faster than I thought they were going to. That was pretty surprising. So I'm glad that so many of you found me and are sticking around. So that's really exciting. So thank you for coming back or subscribing and hopefully coming back to this video. So I'm going to do really quick, just a brief introduction of myself that I meant to do at the beginning of the last one and totally spaced it because so many people find your channel on whip parades, and so I meant to do it there. So my name, like I said, is Jamie. I currently live in Utah, more southern Utah Valley. I've lived here, gosh, for about 4 years now, but I've been in Utah in and out my whole life. So I live here with my husband, Jake, of 3 years, and we live here with our daughter, who is 18 years old. Her name is Bailey. She's getting ready to graduate high school in the spring, and we also have 2 dogs, so Tank and Baxter. So we live here in Utah, and I have been, cross-stitching has been something that I've kind of been in and out of as well since I was a kid. My mom taught me when I was like 8 or 9, maybe even 10 years old, and then I just kind of put it down and forgot about it until like mid-20s, and then I found this really adorable pattern with elephants in it. My sister's obsessed with elephants, and so I decided to make it for her. And yeah, it's just kind of history ever since. I started just picking up some just patterns. I couldn't really find a lot in the store. As most people know, like, cross-stitching is kind of maybe fallen out of favor in a lot of crafting stores. There's just not a huge selection anymore. But then I did end up on Reddit, I believe, where people were sharing their work, and from there I found a bunch of the pattern designer sites like Heaven and Earth Designs, all of that, and fell down the rabbit hole. So here we are. So that's a little bit about me. Feel free to ask me any more questions, or if you'd like to know more about me, I'm more than willing to share. But I will leave it there. I have a lot more projects to show than I thought I did. I have worked on 9 things in the month of January. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started on the whipped update here. So first up is one of the 2 projects that I'm focusing on finishing this year, which is Tarot Town 2. And this is a Heaven and Earth Designs chart. The artist is Ciro Marchetti. And I am stitching mine currently on a 25 count DMC magic guide. And I am doing 1/1 full cross with all the called for DMC. So here is where we're at from last time. And in my whip parade, I showed the whole project. So if you want to see the whole thing in its entirety, because a lot of this is done already, I would encourage you to go back and look at that. But I'm only going to show what I worked on since last time. So here's my progress. I've put in 2,211 stitches. And if anybody kept track from my last video where I said I have 50,000 stitches left, had as of January 1st, I needed to get about 4,000 stitches a month to finish this by the end of the year, a little bit more than that. And I only managed about 2,200 stitches. January was weird. I really struggled picking this one up. I think I got a little bit burnt out from how far I was trying to push it at the end of the year last year. So it took me a while to kind of come back to it. But I've actually been doing really well, especially this last week. I've really been like sticking to the amount of stitches I need every day. So hopefully from here on to the end of the year, I'll do a lot better and we'll end up with a finish. So I'm now at 87.07%, and that's with my cropped version. This is not the full pattern. I've cropped mine down. And so as you can see, just a lot of this tower coming in here, and then mostly this flag, and then this whole, I'm not quite sure what this is, just this wall thing that's behind it. So I did a lot with that. So many light colors. I was really getting burnt out on the light colors, so I kind of like just found some darker spots and tried to go back and forth so I didn't get tired of it. But it's looking really cool, I really enjoy that. I think I finished 1 or 2 more colors, I think, since last time, so that's cool. So that is Tarot Town 2. Next up, my other focus on a finish is Winter Sampler, which is a pattern from Kooler Design Studio, and the artist is Sandy Orton. And I'm stitching mine on a 32 count ivory Lugana 2/2. There's mostly full crosses. There's also partials, back stitching, French knots, all of that, which I haven't gotten to completely yet, but we'll get there. So here's where we're at from last time, and I am just focusing in on this middle full coverage scene. It seems to be taking forever. I added 743 stitches. I did much better keeping up on this one during the month of January. I think I'm still slated to get it done by the first day of spring, and I'm now sitting at 91.53%. And when I say finish on this one, I mean I want to finish all the regular cross stitching. Obviously there is a lot of back stitch and all of that needs to still be put in. So I'm not quite sure where I started in the scene, but I know that like I've added this, there's like a sled that's leaning up here, added these like little kids playing in the snow. Started on, there's like a couple skating here on a frozen lake, pond, something. So I've been doing about 55 stitches a day, sometimes up to 60 if I'm just trying to finish a thread or something. I also did come down here. There's a huge like banner snow covered thing at the bottom that I believe says Wonderland with the back stitching, and there's so much white, so I've been trying to chip away at the white as well. That's definitely the color with the most stitches left. So really love how this is turning out. I'm so excited to get this one done. As I mentioned, I'm trying to get this one done by before the first day of spring, so I believe March 19th is my goal, so we'll see. I think I have about, right around 2,000 stitches left, maybe like 2,200, so we're getting there. All right, so the next thing I worked on was the Crowned Heart, which is a pattern by Modern Folk Embroidery. And I'm stitching mine on I believe it's a 16 count Aida in the color Woodland by Picture This Plus. I got from 123 Stitch. And this one did not get very much attention. I only worked on it for like an hour one day, and it got 202 stitches. And I'm now sitting at 39.16%. So the only difference you're gonna see, I believe I just brought this down. I may have added some more on the inside border. I think that's pretty much it. And I'm stitching this with DMC 564. That's the color. So it's a tone-on-tone green. It's a little more true. This is actually a fairly dark green, so the contrast looks really nice. I would like to finish this by my anniversary this year. Will that happen? I don't know. It's not like a hard and fast finish plan. I would like to, but we'll see. So I definitely would have to pick it up a lot more in order to do that. So I am finding that I want to stitch, but my time just gets taken up so quickly by other things. And now that I'm actually going to work and not working from home, that's taken up time. So it's just a matter of kind of fitting in cross stitch where I have the time. And sometimes that doesn't happen every day. So that is the Crowned Heart. Next up is Twisted Rainbow Sampler, which is a pattern from Northern Expressions Needlework. I am stitching the specialty stitch version with the DMC conversion. Not the, I think it's either Dinky Dyes or a Versois silk. I can't remember which one it initially calls for. So I'm stitching mine on a 32 count black Lugana 2/2 on the regular cross stitching, and then whatever the specialty stitches are called for in the band. And here is where we are at from last time. So my goal for this project was to do roughly half a band per month. As you can see, I did not do an entire half band. I just finished this one here. So that one is complete now. The half band with that first color is done. I do have, I think, 3 more lines of stitches on the other side with another green. So this band's not done, but the bands that were started are. Is that clear as mud? Okay. So I did finish another color, which was cool. I so love this gradient. I'll bring these stitches in a little bit so you can see. So really love how that's turning out. So what I have left, so there's these like 3 rows here, and it'll be on the other side of this big middle stitch with a different green. So that's all I have left to do for that one. So that will most likely be my goal for February, is to finish the other side of that. Maybe I'll move on to cross stitch if I feel so inclined, but my guess is it'll probably just be the specialty stitches. So I love this project. I love the way it turns out. It is doing the same stitch over and over and over again. Does get tedious, but I love the end result so much. It's worth it. Okay, so number 5 was 1 ring to rule them all. And I'm not necessarily doing this in order of how I worked on them. It was like in the order of the list that I had in my whip parade. I just followed that. So these are mostly like chronologically in order. So this is a pattern that I found on Etsy from, I think the store name is Teajeigh Designs. I always mean to check and then I never do. So if you have any questions, I can find it for you. But I'm stitching mine on a Bestitch Me fabric. It's Phoenix, and it's an 18 count Aida with the Etoile, the DMC. I think it's C310. It's the Etoile, so it's a little bit sparkly. 2/1, and I have put in 455 stitches. And as far as I can recall, all of it was right here, and I was just finishing this border shape here, or the corner. I guess it is part of the border. But I was just finishing up this because I only had about half of it done. Because I like to work from the top down on a pattern. So the next time I come to this one on the other side, this is also not done, so I will finish that as well. But I was trying to spread my time across several projects, so that's all I got done with this one. So I'm now sitting at 41.36% done, and I'm likely probably over halfway done now, because I don't plan to do the thick border that's on the outside of this. I like the look of just the inner one. So that's probably closer to what it really looks like. It gets a little blown out with the light from the window. So that's my progress on this project. I like this one a lot when I just need something easy. It's just monochromatic. I just pull a strand and go. And the shape's like, it's not very complicated, words. So I like this one a lot. And this is another one on my tentative finish. Who knows if it'll happen this year, but I would like that if I could manage it. And the next one up is my travel stitch, which is Mount Fuji. It's another Etsy pattern from, I can't remember her name. Her name's Maria. I can't remember the last name, but her shop name is Cute Patterns by Maria. And I only stitched on this one day when I went to hang out with some of my friends here in Utah. So I take that with me because it's nice and small. And this is where we're at from last time. I only got 212 stitches, and it's being stitched on a 28 count Picture This Plus fabric. It's a Lugana in the color Helix, I believe. 2/2. And I'm now sitting at 54.08%. So I imagine this one will get done by the end of the year, just with simply how small it is and how often I work on it. And I'm already, as I said, over halfway done. So hoping for a finish on this one as well. I went and hung out with my friends again yesterday, and I took a different project this time because I was trying to get it done before January ended, but usually I take this one because it's really small, it's really easy, the colors, there's not very many, so it's a good travel stitch. So there is that one. Next one up is Act of God, which is a long dog sampler pattern. And thank you to all, there were several people who commented and said they thought that I should keep going with the combination that I chose, and I did. So thank you for the encouragement. So I'm stitching this on a 25 count black Lugana with it's a sulky cotton thread. It's a variegated, it's not the 12 weight. I can't remember exactly. I'll insert somewhere what the thread information is. But I believe the color was like summer grass or something like that. And I'm doing this 1/1, full cross. Got a lot of lint on there. Okay, and I got 296 stitches. And I'm now at 0.67%. So my goal, which is, it's really not, again, like the only thing I'm really like honing in on are the finishes, those two first projects. This one I would like to get about 500 stitches a month. I only managed about 3 this time around. But this is more like, I just want to see some progress. I don't necessarily need to move it along very quickly. I just love long dog sampler patterns so much. They're very fun to work on. So, and the more of this color I put in on this fabric, the more I like it. So I'm glad I kept going, but super easy to work on. So I will try again to get maybe another 500 stitches on this one for February. And then the last of the whips I brought into January is my monthly minis Sal. Well, it's not a Sal. It's just a monthly minis. I guess it's a Sal with myself for the year. And I have been working on January. So if you watched my wet parade, you saw that I did all of the borders, which look like this. They're stitched with B5200 on a 32 count light taupe. It's whatever color is called for in the pattern, 2/2. And this is a start and a finish for the month of January. And that was 937 stitches, plus the little bit of back stitch for the snowman's arms. Snowmen. Words are hard. I absolutely love these. I've already pulled the colors for February. I'm all ready to go with that. So not sure when I'll pull this out again to work on these, but they just go so quickly and it's so much fun. And they're like, each piece of it here in this, it's like a little finish every time you get one of those shapes done. It's just fun. So got January's done. This is the one I took with me yesterday to make sure I got the finish. I was missing one whole snowman and a pine branch. So it was like 200 and something stitches yesterday, but I got it done. So I love this. So much fun. I'm glad I got it done before the end of the month. I was a little worried about that for a minute. So, but I have February's all set up and ready to go. Luckily I had all the colors. Does anybody else, like when they go look for colors for a new project, and they're like, how do I not have every single color of DMC that they make by now? But luckily I had there was only 3 colors in February, so it's really nice. All right, so that's all my whips, but I did have a new start as well. If you watched my whip parade, you saw that I am planning to do 1 new start every quarter. So every 3 months, I will start a new project. And for January through March, the new start was Happy Skies by Stitchrovia. And I am stitching on the called for fabric, which I believe is a Zweigart Ada in the color Pewter, I believe. It's like a cool gray. And I picked I think I did 18. Maybe I did 16 count. If you're curious, I can let you know. It's either 16 or 18 count. I think it might be 16 though. So I got 148 stitches. This is like washing out really bad. If I put the white up next to it, you'll see that it's definitely gray. It's actually like a cool blue gray almost. So didn't get too many stitches in, but my goal for these starts is just to get them up to 500 stitches by the end of the quarter. So I've already got about 150 stitches already, and I'm sitting at 2.24%. So it was kind of weird working on a new start, but I'm enjoying it so far. I am having an issue with the pattern and Pattern Keeper, which is the program I use to mark off my, keep track of my patterns and mark off stitches. I don't know if anybody else is having this issue where they upload a pattern and then the symbols kind of override the highlight. So you can only see the highlight when you're moving the pattern around, but not when it's stationary. I don't know if anybody else has had that problem. I haven't looked too much into it. But it's kind of frustrating because then I can't tell which symbols I need to mark off, other than obviously looking at them. But the highlight is very helpful to me. So if anybody has tips or anything on how to fix that, that would be great. So that is all of my whips. And then my 1 new start. So I won't have another new start until April. Let's see, what was my new start for April? I'm curious. Oh, that's right. So apples will be my next new start, but for right now, I'm going to focus on Happy Skies. So that was everything I got done. I meant to add up this this list of stitches to give you my total, and I forgot. So here's my total. Offhand, I think I'm somewhere between 3,000 to 4,000 stitches total would be my guess. So hopefully that's my math didn't fail me there. So that was all of my progress in January. If that was all you were here to see, thank you so much for stopping by again. As I said before, I really appreciate all you new people who decided to take a chance on my channel. I know there's so much to choose from on Flosstube. So I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you next time. So if you want to stick around for just a second, it'll only be like a minute or two. So I was just gonna go over plans a little bit. I have not, okay, so that's a lie. I did acquire a little bit of materials. I got a piece of fabric and I think 1 color of DMC. I had the other ones. My sister-in-law is having a baby. I think they said she's due any day now, like in the next couple of weeks. So I did decide to pick a sampler pattern and start that, which I haven't officially started it yet, which is why I didn't show it. I don't think she even knows I have a channel, or if she does, she doesn't watch it, I don't think. So I'm planning to start that in February. So I did just get the things just for that. Again, it's just a piece of fabric, and then I'll get a frame at some point when I'm done. So I am going to be starting that in February. No other new starts in February, so there's no starts in the plan next month. And then again, just continuing to work on the Focus on a Finish, definitely with Tarot Town 2 and Winter Sampler. I am doing a lot better doing like daily stitches, because I found that I was like having a hard time doing the daily stitches, and so I was like, okay, well, I'll just like catch up after like 2 or 3 days, and I'll just do like a bunch of stitches at once. But then I was like, oh shoot, I don't have time to do that. So I'm doing better at like the daily, which will hopefully add up at the end of the year to a finish, or at the end of spring or winter. At the end of winter, I should have the finish on all the regular cross stitching, and then I do intend to continue with that project to get the back stitching, French knots, any of those other things done by the end of the year. So still going to keep working on those two. I'm going to get the half band done on Twisted Rainbow Sampler, and we'll try to push Happy Skies up closer to 500 stitches, and Act of God hopefully we'll get another 500. And then a project that I didn't show, which I'll put in the mock-up picture here, is August, that I didn't get a chance. And my goal is to get like one letter every 2 months, so I can hopefully finish it by my birthday. And then every time my birthday rolls around, I can start another month pattern, which is fun for me. So I will hopefully get that done too, and you'll see another finished letter. So those are my plans for February. We'll see how it goes. It's a short month, obviously. My job is going really well, so transitioning into life here a little bit. My job is going really well. I really enjoy my team. I enjoy the work, but it is a lot, and there's a lot going on right now. Since it's the first of the year, there's audits, and you know, I'm learning new processes and taking over for the person I'm replacing, and so it's a lot to kind of wrap my brain around, and there's new deadlines that I have to hit. So my time's gonna be maybe a little more limited this month as well. So we'll see what I can get done, and I'm not holding myself to anything too strict. There's nothing set in stone. It's more of just a progress month. So we'll see what I can get done. So if you stayed all the way to the end, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And my plan, I think that as much as I want to do 2 weeks, I don't think I can do 2 weeks for videos right now, as I'm kind of getting my routine down and figuring out what needs to be a priority. So I will come back. You will most likely see a video from me on the last day of February. The first day of March is my husband's birthday, and we have some plans that day, so I will not be able to film that day. So you will see me hopefully either, yeah, I think the last day of February I should be back. So I'm gonna stop rambling now and go ahead and get off of here and go edit. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, have been having a wonderful year so far, and I will catch you next time. Bye.